my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Is that a spider? Scorpion? What the hell was that? Alright, that's it. I can't deal with this. I can't have this scaring away customers. I gotta call an exterminator.
It's time to hack the movies. Today, we're talking about tapes with Justin and Newt.
Talking about tapes.
Hello, Newt.
Hey, Justin.
Thanks for calling me to come in to review a movie today.
Yeah, Tony wasn't answering his phone, so I figured we would do one.
Tony wasn't answering his phone.
He's very lazy.
So you're taking over the show.
I mean, I don't want to... Yes,
That
yes, I
takes
am.
some balls.
So what are we going to review today?
Well, if Tony's not fucking here, we're going to review Pokemon finally.
Oh. I've never seen Pokemon before.
Well, this was the first movie, and it was the introduction to a lot of people to Pokemon, so let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. So basically, everything I know about Pokemon, I know because of you.
Yes.
Yeah. We used to do a show called Underbelly, and we did a lot of Pokemon stuff on that. And you'd have to be living under a rock not to know what it was in like the late 90s and all. So I knew what it was, but I didn't know what it was. And then I went for a long period of time, and then you came back into my life and were like, we're going to do a Pokemon thing. And I went, I get to be on YouTube.
Right.
So tell me about this movie.
Well, I guess let's back up.
Okay.
Pokemon is an animal fighting friendship simulator.
Yes.
Made by Game Freak and Nintendo and other companies you don't care about. Got pretty popular like 98, 99.
Yeah.
This movie came out in 98 in Japan and 99 in America.
And I was working at the movie theater, and everybody in the comments stopped talking about working at the movie theater when this came out. So I remember when it was out, and I only remembered the Christina Aguilera song at the end of it.
In the credits.
In the credits, yeah.
Did your theater have the little ancient Mew cards that they had to give out?
Yes, yeah, yep,
People were stealing those.
yeah.
But yeah, that movie was big. I think it's still the highest grossing anime in U.S. theaters.
Really?
Something like that.
Even with all those, like, Howl's Moving Castle and all that shit?
I
Wow.
think this beats it out.
American kids are fucking stupid.
Yeah. You know, the movie was pretty popular, but Pokemon nowadays is the top grossing franchise of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
Even still.
Yeah, I was... your body just made a weird sound.
My balls is... Hosting the show is harder than I thought. Tony's so good at it.
Well, it's because he's so buff and handsome.
Yeah. Yeah, so Pokemon's number 1. Star Wars is number 5 of the highest grossing franchise of all time.
Okay.
Can you guess the others? 2, 3, and 4? One's Pokemon.
One's Pokemon, one's Star Wars. Is Harry Potter one of them?
No.
How about Cars?
No.
Oh.
Cars?
Because Cars is like the #1 merchandised Disney thing.
For boys, maybe.
For boys, maybe?
Disney's up there.
Yeah.
Disney's got 2 of them. Because they separate them by...
Okay, is Marvel on there?
Nope.
No? I don't know, tell me.
Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
Number 4.
All right.
Number 3 is Winnie the Pooh.
Who? What? Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, he runs China.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. We're going to get murdered for that.
There goes my social credit score.
Yeah. Winnie the Pooh, really? That's like saying Popeye. Like, when was the last time you heard anyone talk about Winnie the Pooh?
They love it. And then number 2 is Hello Kitty.
Okay, I can see that.
So the top 2 are Japanese.
Yeah, the comic shop I had a huge Sanrio section. Yeah. And I used to date this girl who was obsessed with Sanrio, so I used to get, like, all the stuff, you know?
My favorite's Bad Bats Maru.
He was like the penguin-looking thing?
Yeah.
And what was the frog's name? There was a frog.
It's not Sweet Frog, is it?
No, that's stupid.
Fuck, what's its name? Here, look it up real quick. That way we don't like
My phone's out there.
Oh, no. Damn, I know this.
I knew Bats Maru. I know Hello Kitty.
Oh, fuck, I had it in my head.
Leave all of this in.
Kopi? No, it's... Froggy?
Froggy 106 on
Froggy
the...
106.
Yeah.
What the hell is that thing's name?
If you know, please tell us.
Caropi?
I don't know.
Is
That's
it Caropi? Please cut that segment down a little bit.
No, it's good. We've been drinking.
You've been drinking alcohol. I'm drinking balls. Yeah, but you know, the reason I wanted to do Pokemon is I think Pokemon Snap, the remake's coming out this month, and it's the 25th anniversary of Pokemon this year, and it's the 20th anniversary of Knowing You.
It's true.
I've known you since 2001 when I worked at a movie theater.
That's right. We were both so young and full of life.
Yeah. Now look at us.
We have to hang out with Tony.
And there's 20 Pokemon movies. So I figured we talk about
you were
the first
going
one.
through Netflix and showing me all of the. We'll get into the remake of this.
Yeah.
But there's like, why is there so much Pokemon stuff? I remember this one. I remember Pokemon.
Because it's the top-selling franchise of all time.
I know, but I was like, I remember this one. I know there was Pokemon 2000. Then there was the Ryan Reynolds one.
Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. That's the only Pokemon I remember being in theaters.
There was Pokemon the First Movie, then Pokemon the First Movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Yes.
Then Pokemon 2000.
Is it a better Strikes Back than Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Yes, it's up there with The Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
And then you have Pokemon the Third Movie, I think that's what it's called. Then there's Pokemon 4 Ever. And then it kind of went downhill, and I didn't really watch too many after that. I remember, I was 13 when Pokemon first came out.
Yeah. No, so you were perfect age for it.
No, I was way too old for it. I played the Game Boy game, and then I got really into Metallica and Marilyn Manson, and then I stopped playing it until like 2009 when like, Platinum came out. And now I'm more into it.
Yeah.
And now I have probably the biggest Gengar collection because I'm a maniac. And I didn't bring any from upstairs. I mean, at a building that's far away from this actual store.
That's right. We got to keep the illusion alive. No, I had my first introduction to Pokemon was Norm Macdonald used to have a like sitcom, and they did a Pokemon skit in the beginning of it. Like I don't remember the thing, but it was the girl, the redheaded girl from Unhappily Ever After, who used to be married to Bobcat Goldthwait. I think her last name was Cox, Nikki Cox, and she was. What's the Team Rocket one's name?
Jessie.
Jessie, yeah. And she was her, and I was like, oh, that's what Pokemon is. Because there was one dude in my study hall who was a senior, and I was a junior or sophomore, and he was super into Pokemon, and he used to try to offer me a ride home after school all the time, and like, you want to play Pokemon? I'm like, no. And that's how I lost my virginity in Pallet Town or what.
Wait, Newt, do you hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
It's the sound of silence. No one's laughing their head off. No one's talking over each other. This is crazy.
This is nice.
This is crazy.
Just hold on. Just let it sink in for a minute. It's nice.
It's nice.
Yeah. I bet business is going to really pick up today.
Yeah. No one's come in today. It's weird.
Yeah, I know. I've had a headache since I've been here, though. I don't know what that's about.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, Newt, this movie was directed by Kunihiko Uyama.
Okay.
Said that right.
You did.
And
Fourth try.
He directed like every Pokemon movie.
Okay.
Including the remakes, the 3D ones, and he did a lot of the stuff on the show. So
imagine having that kind of job security. Like,
That's
you're
true.
the guy for like one of the biggest franchise.
all the movies.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's like the Kevin Feige of the Pokemons.
He also directed the movie Pokemon I Choose You. I think
Okay.
that's what it's called. Pokemon the movie I Choose You. Which was a remake of the first episode, like the pilot,
Yeah.
but they added a bunch of stuff to it. And that's the one where I guess Ash in like a delirium state sees Pikachu talking to him.
Oh, okay. You showed me that.
Yeah.
And I said, like, and I don't know a lot about Pokemon, but I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's a great video on YouTube where if you look up Pikachu talks or whatever, it's a crowd of people, like someone's filming it in the theater, and Pikachu talks, and they're like, what the fuck? Please show that.
It's because
But now Pikachu sounds like Deadpool.
Oh, because of
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. So I guess that. Didn't they want it to be Danny DeVito?
No, the Danny DeVito thing was kind of for like the game.
Okay.
That Detective Pikachu comes from, and it was just like a fan thing. And
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was asking you, I was like, does Pokemon take place on Earth?
It's like simulated Earth.
Okay.
So there's 8 Pokemon regions. The first 4 are different regions of Japan.
Yeah.
5's America. 6 is France.
Okay.
7's like Hawaii, the islands, and 8, the newest one's England.
Because I was like, okay, if this takes place on Earth, like, where did these monsters come from? Like, but if it takes place in a simulation, that makes more sense. They would just be part of the thing. But it's just like, I was like, oh,
Don't think about it. There's monsters in your pocket.
Which is another thing. When they said they were called pocket monsters, there used to be Monsters in My Pocket was a toy.
Yeah.
And back in the day, it was a video game because Kevin Jones from SEO Tour Reviews was hanging out with us, and he did a video on that. And I used to have the game, and it was literally the last NES games ever, and it's good, except for too many things are happening on screen at once, and then the game just flickers the fuck out, and you can't tell what's going on.
Yeah, I know it's pocket monsters, and I know they come in like the little capsules,
Yeah.
and I forgot if the reason was because it's kind of like the gachapon machines where you put in money and get out a thing. And I wasn't sure if it was, they come out of those or what the deal was, but I don't know.
It doesn't matter. None of it matters.
Yes, Newt, but Pokemon The First Movie is serious business. It's all about the ethics of cloning, genetic modification, brooding existentialism, brother versus brother, a plot to destroy the world. But before that, Pikachu's Vacation.
Which we watched in Spanish because we couldn't find it in English.
It's on YouTube in Spanish. Pikachu's Vacation sucks.
Yeah.
It's boring. All the Pokemon are talking to each other. There's narration, but ours is in
Spanish,
Espanol.
and I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's all these trippy scenes where, like, Bellsprout walks across. This kid's like Bellsprout.
Yeah, and like the magnet guys, and because I was asking you, I was like, all right, what's going on here? And you were like, oh, this is like where the Pokemon go on vacation. And I'm just like, okay, you're an adult, you said that out loud, but it's also like we have a friend who owns a summer camp, and like who maintains the Pokemon retreat?
I don't know. It's like a rehabilitation.
Yeah, like
clinic.
it's like somebody has to put chlorine in the fucking pool where the what's the turtle guy's name?
Squirtle.
Squirtle the turtle. All right, that makes sense.
He squirts. He's a turtle.
I've seen.
He's like a squirrel tail. It's.
I got in trouble. There was a picture, and it was one of those casting couch porn things, and it was the Squirtle sitting on it, and it said, when I asked for a squirter, I didn't mean this. And I posted it somewhere, and someone's like, that's not funny. Children like Pokemon. I was like, yeah, I know, but I know a lot of 30-year-olds who like it too. So.
Isn't there a video of you dressed as Poliwhirl shooting kids in a pool?
Shooting kids in a pool, and then you put the Brazzers logo under it because the pool was the same color, or the hose was the same color as my thing.
I think we should leave that out.
No, put it in there.
Okay.
We'll get a deal from Brazzers. Hydro Pump! We did a Pokemon slasher movie trailer.
Yeah.
And I had to like go to you for advice on.
I was the Gengar guy. My head got ripped off.
Yeah, your head is still in the prop closet in the video store.
Right.
Where we keep the props.
Right.
This is going very well. So tell me more about Pokemon Pikachu Vacation.
Oh.
Vacation's all he ever wanted.
So Pokemon The First Movie opens up, and there's a lot of like shots like under the water, and there's some Mews flying around, the like first legendary Pokemon, and you hear a narration voice, which is Mewtwo asking strange existential questions. And then Mewtwo wakes up in his ISO cube tank, and he's like Frankenstein's monster, and it's like fucked up.
Why am I here? What is? And I'm like, I said to you when we were watching, I was like, this is a children's movie, like.
Yeah, because Mewtwo, aptly named, is the clone of Mew.
Like RoboCop 2.
Mew won.
Mew won.
Yeah.
Well, in the end, Mew wins.
That's true.
So, spoiler alert.
So
that was another show we used to do.
So Mewtwo breaks loose and kills everyone. Like, horrifying.
Violently.
Like the scientist is like, oh, my creature's gone awry, and then the whole fucking island explodes.
And then some dude in a suit shows up out of nowhere in a helicopter.
That's Giovanni. He is the leader of Team Rocket.
Was he the guy in the one thing you showed me where he's like in a Speedo and he's like covered in Pokemon?
Yes.
Yeah? Wasn't there a thing you showed me of that?
Well, I'm hoping they'll cut to it. Yeah, Giovanni's all greased up in the bug Pokemon.
Yeah.
Off him,
You're like, Newt, come over so I can show you this.
So Giovanni lands in his little helicopter and tells Mewtwo, hey, those humans are assholes. I'm your pal. They're trying to control you. I want to be your friend. We're equals. Now, excuse me as I control you with metal parts and make you fight for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's all hooked up to like machines, and they put him in like a Evangelion style like thing.
He's in like a suit.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this? And then the dude could easily control it, but he's like, now let me tell you that you're not my equal.
Yeah, he's doing really well, but Mewtwo's still questioning his existence. And then Giovanni comes out of nowhere like, oh, by the way, it was all a trick. I tricked you too. Then Mewtwo decides to blow up the place, which he often does.
He's 2 for 2.
And he escapes.
Yeah.
Yes, and then you get a title sequence where it says, Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Yes.
Bum, bum, bum.
And then the movie tonally shifts so hard that I thought I broke my neck.
Yeah, and in the original, in the Japanese one, there's a whole section in the beginning where they show them looking for ancient Mew, I think, in the jungle. And the scientist who's Dr. Fuji, he clones his daughter.
Like the film.
His daughter, like the clone daughter dies. Like he's not, like the science isn't perfect yet.
Okay.
And like Mewtwo liked her. Yeah. Like they're friends. And that made him go like kind of crazy. And that leads to the beginning. But they cut that out here because they wanted kids to like, that to be the enemy. You know?
Which then doesn't really make sense when you get to the end where he has his turn, because wouldn't it be like, hey, you like Frankenstein's monster, like, I didn't ask for this shit, and then he would be more sympathetic, and when he's doing the things he's doing, you can still kind of empathize with him a little bit, but again, little kids are stupid.
Well, there's also like a 4Kids joint, and they love...
Oh, yeah, they cut all that stuff down.
They love...
That's another episode that we did one time. I wasn't in that one.
4Kids is 4 Idiots,
yeah.
I believe it was called.
Yeah.
So Ash and the gang are hungry per usual.
Yes.
You got Brock, Misty. They're from the show.
Yeah. I know who they are.
Because it's like an extension of the show. I don't know where it falls in... Continuity.
Yeah.
Kind of like watching a Star Trek movie. It doesn't really matter when it happened.
Yeah.
It just happens. So then it turns out into a battle. This grown man runs up with a skull on his cap.
Yeah, he's like a pirate surfer, and he's just like hassling little kids.
And he's like, let's battle. So then they play the Pokemon theme song. And you get to see some, much like in Pikachu's Vacation, this, aside from Togepi, this is when you start seeing a lot of Generation 2 Pokemon. Okay. So the first one he throws out is one that a lot of people didn't see before.
All right.
So you're getting people amped.
So it's like in the Transformers '86 movie where they killed off all the original ones so they could sell new toys?
Yes.
They can create the new ones?
Well, that's why Pokemon's the biggest franchise.
Well, yeah, because you just keep doing it.
They just rinse and repeat. That's why there's 8 generations, because it's just generations of kids playing the new games. And creepy grown men.
Well, I'll never forget, we were at, and I'm going to get in trouble because every time I say I never forget, people yell at me in the comments. We did that convention where we did a Pokemon thing, and some guy asked me what my favorite was, and I couldn't remember any of their names, so I said Slappy Tickle, and he got up and walked out of the thing and said, "You're not a Pokemon fan." And if you're out there, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so they're having the battle, and a mysterious force is watching them over a TV. Yeah. There's a Pokemon flying around, a drone with a camera, and it's filming them, and this mysterious force sends out a messenger. Okay. Dragonite, the big... Dragon. He's puffy, he looks weird. Yeah. He looks like if Charizard was stung by a bunch of bees. And you know, for a second you think, oh, it's Team Rocket watching them, because they show them too, but it's not. Dragonite delivers a message from the mysterious force who you know is fucking Mewtwo. Yeah, exactly. And it's an invitation. He's inviting the best Pokemon trainers to this gala.
Yeah. And why? But what makes Ash so fucking good at Pokemon training?
So his goal is to get everyone together in one place and then see who can get through the storm. Okay. So I think he's just getting, like, anyone.
Anyone who shows up? What? Yeah, because anybody who was at that big table, they didn't really look like the best of the best. Like,
we'll get to them.
Okay.
Yeah, so invitation. Team Rocket stops the Dragonite with a frying pan, I think, for some reason. They steal an invitation, and they're on their way too. Yes. Mewtwo whips up a storm with his weird ball hand.
Yeah, it looked like those things you buy at, like, Sharper Image that, like, for massaging.
Oh, massage your back?
Yeah. So that's his hands.
Yeah, that's his So he creates a storm, and that's to test the trainers to get to him. Yes. You find out. But this also awakens Mew, who's under the sea. So now he's in play too. So you got Mew and Mewtwo, and I don't know what he's been doing since. He's just been under the Ocean.
Under the sea.
Because in the canon, Mew is like the first Pokemon.
Okay.
And then they cloned, like the perfect first ever Pokemon. And they cloned Mew to make Mewtwo to make him stronger and try and harness that power.
It's like Apocalypse in the X-Men.
Well, since then, there have been, like, there's Arceus, which is the god Pokemon. And there's Pokemon that control time and space, and...
I like this. I like the idea of Pokemon theology.
Well, they kept having to one-up themselves.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this is like the first Pokemon. Well, this one's a god, and this one's this, and this one's that. And then there's a lot of dumb ones, too, but...
Yeah, there's one's like a fucking mime.
Yeah.
He's like a clown.
Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime, is that
Mr.
his
Mime
name?
is a mime.
Oh, okay.
My mime?
Mr. Mime!
Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime!
That would make sense. Like, if he was a proctologist and he was called Mr. Mime, I don't know how that would go over.
But before we continue, please subscribe if you didn't do that. And remember, this is a podcast, which you can find at hackthemovies.com, and all our social links are below. There's a Patreon, for some reason, that's doing great.
It's all great.
It's all
Everything
great.
is doing great.
So the team shows up to Atlantic City,
Yes.
and there is a storm going on.
Atlantic
and-
City, New Jersey.
in New Jersey, and the ferry is canceled. And there's Officer Jenny and some blue-haired chick who I don't know her name.
Who has like a Rastafarian accent.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, no, child, you can't get on that. There's a storm out there. And I'm like, I don't know if that voice matches that, but
I think they just told her, like, do an accent or, like, Russian,
yeah, sound
Jamaican,
like a Russian Miss Cleo.
anything. Call me now. Yeah.
If she was really psychic, she would have known she was going to go out of business.
So there's a bunch of foreshadowing here where, for some reason, this lady, the blue-haired chick, talks about how there was a storm hundreds of years ago, and Pokemon tears and all this stuff that happens later, but none of it makes any sense to what's going on in the scene. So she's dumb. And for some reason, Nurse Joy is also missing.
Yes, they look at the picture of her, and Brock is like, oh, I knew her. She was so pretty.
She's hot.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, there's a storm out there.
In the first few Pokemon, I think it's still going on in the first few Pokemon seasons or now or whatever, but, you know, all the cops are Officer Jenny, and all the nurses are Nurse Joy.
Yeah.
And they all look the same because they're all cousins. And I think that's kind of a nod in the sense that when you go to different towns in the game, it's the same sprite.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's like an in-joke.
And in the porn parody, Strokemon, which Crystal and I watched, Brock and the nurse go into a thing, and then you think there's going to be a sex scene, but then there wasn't. And that's the only reason I was like, oh, he thought she was hot in the porn parody, and that's where I get all of my knowledge of Pokemon.
Right. Oh, speaking of, well, not that. I'm not happy that it was the Nurse Joy character. I think they should have got Professor Oak.
Yeah,
because you find out that Mewtwo kidnapped her later to help him, and that's like the invitation. Lady.
Yeah.
But I think Oak would have been better because he's like, oh, I learned about your Pokemon knowledge
through him,
your medical knowledge to do that.
Yeah.
And he's not even in the movie, and he was a pretty. Not a big part, but he was in the show.
Yeah. Was he still with the franchise at that point?
Yeah.
Was Stewart still part of that?
First 9 seasons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, our friend Stuart Zagnut
Is the voice of Professor Oak.
Yeah, and he's been in a few videos we've made.
He played Oak in live action in the slasher movie one that we did.
Yeah.
So we had Professor Oak as kind of like the Dr. Loomis character for that one. So
Yeah.
That's right. I remember now. I spent my entire life catching Pokémon, but one evolved into something so evil. I buried it. I wanted to make sure it never got out of that ball.
And what sucks is like they just remade Pokemon Snap that he did the voice for originally, but now Bandai's doing it.
yeah.
And I was trying to get him to voice it or like talk to Bandai, and they didn't give a shit.
Wow.
And I thought that's fucked up.
He was doing Wicked on Broadway
Yeah.
not too long ago.
I guess he's doing real stuff.
Yeah.
So.
We're hanging out at Hack the Movies video.
Yeah, so Nurse Joy's missing. I keep saying Nurse Joy's because you said Joyzy.
Joyzy.
earlier.
Yeah, Nurse Joyzy.
Nurse Joyzy.
It's like Nurse Jackie.
So a few trainers are like, fuck this. We don't care about the storm.
Yeah.
We're going over there. Officer Jenny said, we're going to arrest you. That's not going to happen.
No.
And they use their water Pokemon or flying Pokemon and they cross the storm. However, our heroes have shitty Pokemon.
Yeah.
And they have to stand there and do nothing.
Again, this is a wonderful film.
However, some Vikings show up in a longship.
This is actually my favorite part of the movie.
Why is that, Newt?
Well, they're dressed as Jesse and
James.
I was gonna say Jesse Jane, and I was like, wait, who's that? Jesse and James are dressed as Vikings, and the cat Mewtwo, Meowth,
yes,
is the ship's mast, like the carved lady.
Yeah.
And Ash goes, Brock goes, are Vikings real? And then Ash goes, only in Minnesota. And I was like, a Minnesota Vikings joke in a Pokemon movie. All right, I'm good with that.
I don't know why. In the remake, they have a giant mechanical Lapras because they cut out all the funny things in the 3D remake. But we'll talk about more of that later.
But they're like going there now in a boat that looks like it would have been something out of one of the Godzilla versus Megalon. The little kid has that like dolphin thing, and it kind of looks like what they're on.
You know what it looks like? It looks like one of the boats that you sat in at Epcot in Disney in like Maelstrom. Now that they turned it into fucking Frozen, which grinds my gears.
We're never gonna let that go.
Yeah. So they're on the boat from the Minnesota Vikings, and they're heading through the storm, and they immediately capsize, and everybody drowns.
Yes.
The end.
They all died.
Yeah.
But then I was like, wait, they have a turtle with them. Why is the turtle struggling for air? Like, that's kind of their fucking deal.
Yeah, so they use the creepy Staryu.
Yeah.
When he comes out, he goes, yeah. It's kind of weird.
I want it to be like Starro from Justice League, which is apparently going to be the main villain in James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie.
Right.
And I was like, that's cool. It's a big kaiju.
So somehow, underwater or otherwise, almost dying, they get to the island.
Yeah.
Which is called New Island. And Mewtwo built a giant castle on it.
Because I said to you, I was like, how long have they been here? And you were like, we don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this or not. I had all the questions for Justin about Pokemon.
So they get to the island, and they run into Nurse Joy, who I guess I'll call Igor, because she's kind of like, my master wants you to come with me.
But she's dressed like a Game of Thrones character.
A little bit.
Yeah, like with the head thing on and all.
Yeah, and he clearly realizes it's Nurse Joy. She brings him into the castle, where there's like a throne room. They're having a feast, all the other trainers.
But everything looks like it's designed by H.R. Geiger.
Yeah.
Which is, there's a lot of weird imagery in the backgrounds and in the designs of some of these things where I'm like, wow, this looks like something out of like, where they have Mewtwo in the beginning, it looks like something out of the Guyver. Like the sets from that.
Oh,
and I'm like
the green tank.
Yeah, and I was like, it looks like something out of one of those type of things, you know? But I was like, but then the rest of the animation just looks like garbage.
This is when they started doing a lot of mixing of 2D and 3D.
Yeah.
So all the clouds in the movie are 3D. The doors slam, they're 3D, and it's very noticeable, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do the one scene, though, where the doors open. It looked exactly like the shot that we had to do for Swamp Zombies 2, where we go into the facility, and it's just the cheapest, quickest CGI door opening, and I was like, we copied Pokemon, the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back.
So the doors close, and Team Rocket, who somehow got to the island alive, need to sneak in there, because their goal is to figure out what's going on, or to steal the Pokemon, whatever, and they have to crawl through the sewer to get into the castle.
Yeah.
So the other trainers who are there have pretty solid Pokemon. Some guy's an all-water team. The girl has some good Pokemon. The other guy has some good fully evolved stuff. And Ash is hanging out with his awful starter shit.
Yeah, he's got like an electric rat, and everybody's just like, oh, well, he's the main character.
Yeah. So then Mewtwo shows up, the, like Dracula.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here.
Oh, yeah, he comes down in like a beam of light.
Yeah. And everyone freaks the fuck out.
Yeah.
Mewtwo says, hey, my goal is to take over the world, and I'll be using your Pokemon for that feat. So they freak out. There's a guy named Fergus with the water Pokemon.
A Pokemon can't be a Pokemon master! No way!
He sends his Gyarados. He uses Hyper Beam, which is a pretty powerful move, I guess. And Mewtwo kicks its ass.
Yeah. He pretty much kicks everything's ass.
Kicks everything's ass. Number one Pokemon right here.
Yeah.
And then Mewtwo releases Nurse Joy from her mental captivity.
Which is just her hat falling off.
Right. But it's kind of fucked up. He's like, I'm done with you now. And she just crumbles to the ground. I was like, wow. That's kind of dark for a kid's movie.
Well, again, tonally, none of this movie
works. Because then it immediately cuts to Team Rocket, who are comic relief.
Yeah.
And they're sneaking around, and they stumble upon a cloning laboratory. Jessie sits her ass on a control panel like a stupid asshole, which accidentally gets Meowth cloned.
Yes.
which is weird.
Yeah, and then everything becomes like, well, he's the only one who talks. They all say their names, but he's the only one who's like, hey, I carry on whole conversations and talk like a New York cabbie from the 1960s. Like,
there was an episode where they explain why and how he learned how to talk, but it doesn't matter for this. But he's the only Pokemon that talks. Well, Mewtwo talks in your head like this, like,
which is a really good way to save money on animation too. It's like, oh, character just his mouth, he doesn't have a mouth.
Yeah, kind of like this. Hello, Newt. I'm talking to you through my mind. How about that?
It's pretty good. So yeah, they're in the Alien 4 Ripley cloning room.
Yeah, and this was only 2 years after they cloned Dolly the sheep. Remember they cloned Dolly the sheep?
Social commentary right there.
Dolly the sheep died of lung cancer in 2003.
Why did they let her smoke?
I don't know. That's fucked up.
Dolly was up to 3 packs a day out on the farm.
I mean, this movie has a lot of stuff to say about cloning and all that kind of stuff, and I'm surprised cloning didn't go out of control. They outlawed that like immediately. Yeah. So they're cloning. You find out Mewtwo's cloning a Pokemon to like make an army. I think. He wants to destroy the world maybe with the army, or he has his own Pokemon that live free of human slavery. And he's also, he says once that he's going to use like kind of like the storm he made to protect the castle, but like destroy the earth with a giant storm. But he says all these things randomly, so I don't know what the actual plan is.
I don't think there is. He's just like, oh shit, I just blew up 2 fucking places I was at. I better not blow this one up, you know? And
well, we do know that he wants to kill all humans.
Yes.
And they're slave Pokemon. So if you're a Pokemon and you are with a human, you're dead.
But are they, like, they're their friends though, right?
Right. It's because they are loyal to the humans they have to go.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
So he's making his own Pokemon that are loyal to him. I don't know if they're gonna fight for him, but I think he's like, oh, I'm gonna, get these really strong Pokemon, clone the ones that the people bring here. I don't know why he didn't just destroy the Earth. I don't know.
Yeah, like, he's like a god guy, and he's like, well, I'm just gonna blow this up and then just live in the remains because I'm Mewtwo.
Yeah, well, you know who's not happy about this? Pikachu.
I can't imagine he would be.
Pikachu comes up, he's like, Pika, 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 Pika. And then Mewtwo does the things like, oh, you think that I'm an asshole, motherfucker? And
I did think it was weird when he said asshole motherfucker in a children's cartoon.
He picks up Pikachu and throws him across the room. Ash once again dives and catches him. All the trainers then decide, hey, if we can't defeat you in one-on-one fights, we have Pokeballs. We're gonna capture you, jerk. Yeah, they decide that they're gonna capture him. That doesn't work out, so Ash challenges him to a battle.
Ash is a fucking idiot.
And Mewtwo then awakens his clones to fight, but you can tell the clones from the regular Pokemon because they have war paint.
Yes, which is pretty cool.
It's kind of badass.
Yeah.
It's kind of like G.I. Joe or like other toy lines where they'd have that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they've actually made toys of the clone Pokemon. They probably have.
Because they could do like, remember in the 90s where there's one where like you'd put cold water on them and there'd be like war paint?
Yes.
They did like a Joker one too where they could make his face white when you dunk him in
the ice
cold water. Yeah. Nintendo, get on that.
Oh, and so Mewtwo then vanishes a wall and there's the Pokemon tennis court where they fight.
Yeah, I do like that the biggest epic battle for all of humanity is going to take place on a fucking bocce ball court. Like
he built a stadium and there's like lights.
Yeah.
Like it's a sporting event.
Do you think he had independent contractors come in for that? It's like the Death Star and Clerks. Like
so they're sending out their Pokemon. So one guy has a Venusaur, the girl has a Blastoise, and Ash has his Charizard.
Okay.
Charizard's an asshole because
got his fucking head stuck in the pipe in the Vacation movie.
Pikachu's Vacation.
Yeah,
same guy.
Yeah.
So
what an asshole.
Charizard doesn't respect Ash as an inexperienced trainer. He's his most evolved Pokemon at this point.
Okay.
He just starts attacking Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Which doesn't work out.
No.
And Mewtwo like throws some shade. He's like, that fucking Charizard doesn't respect you, bruv.
Again, I didn't believe that line was in the movie when you told me until I saw it, and I was just like, holy shit.
I like subtitles. That Pokemon doesn't fucking respect you, bruv. Oh, yeah, so the battle doesn't go well. Mewtwo cleans up. The good Venusaur, whose name is Brew, gets tossed across the field. The Blastoise is named Shell Shocker. He gets smashed into a wall. And Charizard, it's like takes him up to the moon and seismic tosses his ass into the earth. They lose.
This cartoon's very violent.
Yeah. That shot of them passing the moon was pretty cool, though.
Yeah. I want him to go up in front of it and make the Pokemon logo in front of it, like in '89 Batman.
And then Mewtwo decides, then I claim my prize. He captures all the Pokemon of the heroes. That's when they start sending up all the Pokeballs out.
Yeah, the little Pokeballs.
The black evil Pokeballs.
They're like, well, we could just take our Pokemon back, and then they can't get them, so they pull their Pokemons into their balls. And then the black ball just goes, ha! And takes that ball, and then it's like, son of a bitch.
I like how you explained that.
I did,
yes,
yeah.
His Mewtwo's mega awesome black Pokeballs can suck up not only Pokemon, but Pokemon in their Pokeballs.
Shit, son. And I believe one of the Pokemon trainers went, oh, shit, just got real. Were you with me when we went to go see Freddy vs. Jason, and before they fight, some guy in the back of the theater goes, oh, shit, it's on. And I was like, you know what? I'm having fun because it seems like he's having fun.
Right. So once again, Ash Ketchum makes a suicide dive for Pikachu as Pikachu falls off that tower thing because he's running from the balls.
Yeah, we say balls a lot in this episode, and we drink them. Well, you do.
Where's my sponsorship, balls? Where's it at?
When we got the big case for the LAN party episode, and you were like, hey, go to Micro Center and go get a case of balls. And I was like, you got it. So they didn't have a full case, so I started taking them out of the thing, and the guy at Micro Center went to go stop me, and then he realized he worked at Micro Center, and he went, and he just turned around and walked away. And I've been in his place before, man.
What was he trying? He was trying to fill them up.
He was trying to fill them up as I was taking them out, and he realized, like, live to fight another day.
Pikachu's in a dumb ball now.
Yeah.
And he goes into a collection hole, and Ash Ketchum jumps in after him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he didn't fall into die down there, like into the machinery. Well, he actually starts fighting the machinery.
Yeah.
Because the machinery has these weird arms.
That was cool.
Where like they look like they have like tibia and fibia, like your arm.
Yeah.
And they're grabbing him and stuff, and he's like breaking free.
Again, there's like really weird imagery in this that could be really cool in something else. And I just realized when you said that Ash's last name is Ketchum. I just realized that.
He's catching them.
Yeah, he catch them all.
From the prestigious Ketchum family.
Yes, exactly. Well, there was Ketchum was the family, the Amityville Horror. Like the dude who was supposed to be like the main bad guy in the Ryan Reynolds one. Once again, brings it back around. Last name was Ketchum. Do you think he was the original Pokemon catcher?
It's Ash's dad. You never really see Ash's dad.
Instead, he haunted a house in Long Island.
Team Rocket is in the cloning hole at this point. This is a part where there's an error where you see a Cypher on the screen.
Okay.
But it is Alakazam.
There goes Alakazam!
So...
Shit.
Fuck this movie.
Who do we contact about that?
Yeah, Ash breaks out of the cybernetic arms, which accidentally destroys the entire cloning machine, which makes all the clones escape, or Mewtwo released them or something, and they all go to join him. But this also releases all the captured Pokemon, who I guess were just captured, and now Ash has his army as well.
But I did like the little touch of when the black balls released the red balls, or the Pokemon, the ones that they put in the red balls that got sucked up into the black balls, come out as the red balls, then come out, and I was like, it's a little attention to detail.
That is consistency. That is continuity. This is a Japanese meticulous operation. This isn't some fucking Hack the Movies clown show.
No, exactly. This is like the fucking a watchmaker. Like it's and Tony's watch is like those big ones you win at like the carnivals.
So now there's a showdown between the clones and the human trainers.
Like in Attack of the Clones, Star Wars Episode 2.
So Mewtwo has all the humans round up against a wall, and it looks like he's gonna gun them down like an execution.
Jesus Christ.
But he's like, you guys can leave now while I destroy the Earth. You'll get yours eventually. But then Ash shows up with his army of clones. Yeah. Much like in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. That's what this should have been called, actually.
Actually, yeah. George Lucas. Well, this came out in '99, so we were a couple years before it. Maybe George Lucas is like, don't you even think about it, Pokemon.
So they show up with their army, and Ash decides to just fist fight Mewtwo.
Yeah.
He runs up to cold clock him, and Mewtwo's like, okay. No. It doesn't go too well. Mewtwo picks him up and launches him to his death.
Yes.
Like, on top of the castle. But before he splats, a giant pink ball stops his
Splat.
And it was put there by Mew, who's been kind of hanging around the entire time.
Yeah, he was like following like Team Rocket down the thing, and he keeps like hiding, and he's a little cute.
He's cute.
Yeah, he's like a little cute. He's like a ghost cat.
Yes. Sorry, I'm thinking about my cat Mew who died, who is now also a ghost.
Yes. I loved Mew. Mew was such a good boy.
Yes. Yes, but no, he's saved by the cute bubble. And now it's time for the Mew versus Mewtwo showdown. Mewtwo has to prove himself, prove his existence, prove that he is better. You know, because the whole thing is he's making clones of the other Pokemon and trying to prove they're better, much like he is a clone of a Pokemon trying to prove that he's better. That is the story.
It's very deep. It's very light.
Very deep.
It's as deep as a puddle.
You know, that's like Frankenstein trying to make his own monster.
Yes.
Doesn't that happen?
In a movie?
Yeah.
Like Frankenstein making the Frankenstein monster? Or the Frankenstein monster trying to make a mate?
Yeah.
Well, no, because
not a mate, but...
Well, he has... Because in Bride of Frankenstein, he has Dr. Frankenstein and Dr. Perturbius make him the bride of Frankenstein, and then when she realizes, oh, fuck... I'm a monster lady who moves her head like a bird. I don't need to be alive. And then he's like, oh, yeah. And then Frankenstein's monster's like, oh, I realize the folly of my ways. And then he goes, we belong dead. And then they kill everybody. Bride of Frankenstein's probably the best Universal horror movie ever made. Of that original ones, yeah.
So anyway, back to Pokemon. Mewtwo says the world's too small for both of us, and there proceeds to be an aerial dogfight where Mew's not really fighting back. Mewtwo keeps shooting these black energy balls at him. Mew's just flying around. He doesn't care. He's dodging all the shots.
Yes.
Mewtwo hits him with a power ball, shoots him into the sky.
The lottery?
Is it with the Powerball? Yeah. The Powerball jackpot? So he hits him with the Powerball jackpot, goes into the sky, you think he might be dead, and then Mew sends his own energy blast back, which knocks Mewtwo up.
Yeah.
And Mewtwo's like, yo, this is a good fight now. Like, I knew you had it in you, let's go.
Aren't all the other Pokemon, like, slapping each other down below?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. We're not at that point yet.
Mew makes a ton of weird squeaks.
Yes. About
real strength coming from his heart. He's trying to talk Mewtwo down. Mewtwo doesn't agree with that, and that's when he finally sends his army against the other army of Pokemon. Pokemon battles are... Like in the game, it's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors thing. Yeah. Because there's like, you know, 16 or whatever different types. There's different moves that are strong against this or that. Usually you don't send the same Pokemon against the same type unless it's Ghost, but we'll talk about that later.
The Patrick Swayze movie?
I'd talk about that. You know what? There's not one Gengar in this movie.
I know. I asked you before we watched it. I was like, is there a Gengar in this movie?
Gengar, you know what? Gengar would be awesome in this situation because Ghost hurts psychic Pokemon. And that's what I mean. So instead, you have the, you know, two Venusaurs just ramming each other.
Yeah,
two Charizards ramming each other. All to the song, Brother.
That was the best.
My brother.
Because I turned to you and I was like, well, I finally found the song that I'm going to walk down the aisle to.
Yeah, so they're all smashing each other up. They play Brother, My Brother. It's Pokemon versus... This is a real, like, North versus South, brother versus brother, Pokemon Civil War. There's sad slow-mo shots.
The Pikachu is, like, slapping the other... The real Pikachu is being slapped and not fighting back.
Yeah, because...
And I said he's the Jesus Pikachu because he, like, turned the other cheek.
Ash's Pikachu's the Jesus Pikachu. Yeah, the whole thing is, like, it's like, oh, fighting is wrong, but that's what the Pokemon
show is... Yeah.
do.
A lot of mixed messages I'm getting out of this movie. But you know what? I'm enjoying this so much more than Tony.
Yeah. Well, Tony, you know, Tony can't handle a Pikachu slap fight.
I don't think he can.
Which is pretty good. It's kind of sad. Because the one Pikachu, Ash's Pikachu, is getting its ass beat up.
Yeah.
And the other one's getting tired, just kicking the other one's ass.
They're all getting tired, though. They're, like, just slapping each other, and they're all, like, panting hard. I was like, you know what? It makes sense because, like, I've been in real fights before, and, like, you see, like, movie fights.
Oh, this is realistic?
Yeah, but, like, yeah, like, you get fucking tired. Like, I got into a fight one time that was so bad that I got, like, punch drunk from it. I was so tired, and then, like, the dude fucking laid me out. But he was a lot bigger than me, and there was respect after that.
This is kind of like, the Burt Young fight in The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Where he can't breathe and no one knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Wow, what a realistic fight from the Pokemon company.
Who would have known that Pokemon the First Movie had the most realistic movie fight? Take that, old boy.
Yeah, so the only people left in this brawl is Mew and Mewtwo.
Yes.
And they charge their final shot at each other. And what happens? Ash Ketchum just runs into the middle of it.
Like a fucking idiot.
And gets obliterated. He's dead.
He gets turned to stone.
He gets turned to... That doesn't make sense. He should have just exploded.
Yeah.
So anyway, he turns to stone for some reason, like it's some Medusa magic shit. And he falls to the ground, and everyone's sad, and their tears, much like a fucking Dragon Ball Z, you know, Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
I need your power. You know, the magic comes out of their eyes when they're crying, and it lands on him.
But why would, like, the just clone Pokemon wake up and be like, I don't know who that fucking guy is. Why am I crying about this? Like,
he gets half restored. Yeah, so the magic of the Pokemon, especially Pikachu, who's right next to him, cures Ash, and he's saved.
The power of love.
And of course, this changes Mewtwo's heart.
Yes.
And Mewtwo decides, wow, that was such an amazing sacrifice you did for, in general, or like trying to stop the fight.
Yeah.
I guess, because he wasn't trying to save Pikachu at that point. He just ran in, like, it's like, way to go, asshole. Anyway, so he's like, oh, you know what? I will not destroy the world. He decides that.
Where my heart can learn what yours knows so well. What transpired here, I will always remember.
What if he wasn't going in, like, what if you accidentally saved the world by, like, oh, fuck, my car keys are over there. And you ran over there, and then you, like, he goes, well, my heart grew 6 times that day, like the Grinch. And then he flies away, and then you're like, oh, don't tell him that I was just going to get my car keys.
So then Mewtwo picks up all of his Pokemon, the clones, and him and Mew and them, they leave.
Yeah.
And before they leave, he says, oh, you know, it'd be really shitty if all you remembered this, and he wipes everyone's memory. I don't know why, because it'd be good to know this information.
Yeah.
Which I hate in movies when, like, I think it happened in Sailor Moon once, where they wiped everyone's memory, so it's like, oh, everything that happened didn't matter?
Yeah.
Like, plot-wise? Like, like the characters, none of the characters grew as people, or their sacrifice. Of course they have it in them, because they'll do it again or whatever, but, oh, in the sequel, I think he gives them their memory back.
Oh, okay.
But because there's a direct sequel to this one that came out later, but we'll talk about that. Yeah, so they leave. The entire island, the castle just vanishes. They end up back in Atlantic City. Nurse Joy's back, and it's a big happy ending.
Yeah.
Roll the Christina Aguilera music. No, in the credits.
I thought we were waiting for it. And then there's a Baby Spice song.
Yes.
Which, you know, was Spice Girls still a thing in 99?
That's kind of the down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
So the movie was like 96?
No, it was 98. No, it was 99.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. 99. I'm old and don't remember things anymore. I thought it was before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and this is one of those things where they're like Atlantic Records was trying to sell a CD for it.
Yeah.
So, like 10 of the tracks are in the credits, and they just keep every 20 seconds they change the song. It like crossfaded to the next one, and you're like, oh, these are all the songs from the movie. Yeah, the credits. However, I will say the Pokemon To Be a Master soundtrack is awesome. That's in my car right now, actually. I bumped that while I'm...
With the Matrix album and Mortal Kombat.
I got Last Action Hero.
Last Action Heroes. That's a good album.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got that as a kid, and that was like my first introduction to a lot of heavy metal groups at that point.
Even though I have like an aux cable, like my car doesn't have Bluetooth. Fuck it. But I have a 6 CD changer, which I threw awful movie soundtracks in. Oh, and you find out that Team Rocket is still on the island.
Yeah.
But their minds wiped as well. So they're just like they're like, okay, let's do the Minnesota Viking plan. Wait, where the fuck are we?
Yeah.
We're on a deserted island. So they died there.
Oh, yeah, and it just ends with like a really bad joke from the cat.
Yeah.
And I'm just like...
It's a catastrophe.
Catastrophe.
That's like a Meowth joke.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue how we got here, but who cares?
This is paradise.
But once a happy ending.
Team Rocket signing off again! You have any sunscreen?
You know, I'd really like to go sailing in one of them catamarans.
I said it. They could have said earlier that it was a perfect storm.
And I guess the entire castle was just psychically melted.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense.
However, the credits are kind of beautiful, like they're anime style, where they show them walking to different places. It's kind of like their journey in the first season, like what they're
Yeah, because Ryan was saying it was footage from the first season of the show. Yeah. So that's Pokemon, the first movie.
Yes, and there's a direct sequel. So the sequel to Mewtwo Strikes Back is Mewtwo Returns.
Okay.
It's okay. Giovanni shows up to find Mewtwo and all the clones and fights them and tries to take them again or whatever. It's okay. Kind of sucks. But I think Ash and the guys get their memories back.
Okay, good.
So
They get unmen in blacked.
yeah, deneuralized, like Agent J in the second movie.
That's right.
Men in Black 2. MIB 2. Nod
Yes.
your head. The black
Suit's coming.
Nod your head.
There's
like this.
David Cross's character's name was Newton in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Newton. Oh yeah, and then there was a remake of this movie.
Yes.
Pokemon The First Movie.
We were talking about it earlier.
In 3D. I forgot what the name of it is, but it's on Netflix. And like, just from knowing a lot of animation stuff, like the textures, the lighting, the colors, like all that stuff looks great. But the human characters look terrible.
Yeah.
A lot of the voice acting sucks because they redid it.
They got the original Mewtwo back though, right?
I
It
think
sounded
so.
like him.
Yeah. But everyone else is kind of the modern people.
Yeah.
Same director as this.
They just didn't look like the humans looked like they had no weight to them.
Yeah, there's no weight.
Because
to
you
the
were
animation.
scrolling through and showing me scenes of it because we were looking for the Brother Oh Brother song and seeing if that was in there.
Yeah,
that was omitted.
They took that out.
Yeah.
They took out the
bastards.
Minnesota Vikings.
They took out the Minnesota Vikings. I guess were they like,
It lost a lot of the charm.
but did they think like Scandinavians would be upset? They'd be like, that's a racist depiction of Scandinavians.
No, it's because this movie's made for kids watching Netflix.
Okay.
And not their parents. Because the Pokemon First Movie had like kind of the parents, so there's a little more like more heady, top level Minnesota Viking jokes, I guess. I mean, compared to this one where they kind of cut all that out because like kids won't watch 2D animation anymore after Frozen came out,
which sucks.
So it has to be 3D.
Do you know, like at Disney, like with the Frozen thing, the animatronics don't even really have faces; they're projected on.
It's weird.
Yeah. What the fuck's up with that?
So, Newt, what did you think of Pokemon The First Movie?
I was confused, but thankfully you were there with me to hold my hand and walk me through it, and Tony wasn't here, so it wasn't that bad.
Well, now that you know a lot about Pokemon,
I'm a master.
I have a little quiz for you.
Oh no.
There's 8 generations of Pokemon.
Okay.
There's 898 Pokemon as of this video. And I have one of each generation on a piece of paper here.
All right.
And I want you to name the Pokemon.
Okay.
Like, who's that Pokemon? You know?
Yeah.
But
they say that in this movie.
They do.
And I was like, oh, I know that.
Yeah. That's from the show.
Yeah.
That's fun. Rather than like Bellsprout. Like the Who's That Pokemon were great commercial
breaks.
interstitials.
Yeah,
breaks, yeah.
Okay.
So I have these Pokemon from all these different generations.
Okay.
You have to give me their name.
All right.
If you cannot give me their name, you need to make one up.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right, so this is from Generation 1. Hopefully I don't glare this out too much. All right, who is this?
Tiger King.
Oh, you don't know who this is?
I don't know who that
really?
is. Yeah.
It looks like Tony, doesn't it?
It does look like Tony.
He looks like
a
an
little bit.
Italian man.
Yes.
This is Electabuzz.
Electabuzz.
Electric Buzz.
Pokemon.
Because he has like a buzz haircut. Electabuzz.
Okay.
Gen 1.
All right.
All right, we're going to Gen 2 now.
Okay. Jesus Christ. It's Sia.
Sia?
Yeah.
Like
the singer?
Like I'm on a chandelier.
Yeah. I don't think that's how that song goes. I'm on a chandelier.
I'm on the chandelier. Isn't that what it is?
I don't think that you got the name of the song right.
Yeah.
Now who is that?
This is Smoochum.
Okay, that makes sense because she's got like a big vagina mouth.
This is the baby of Jinx.
Okay.
So they kind of.
Oh, okay. I know which one Jinx is.
Gen 2 had a lot of baby Pokemon.
Yeah.
All right, who do we got here? It's from Gen 3. Remember, if you don't know what the name is
that Parappa the Rapper?
Yeah, that's Parappa the Rapper.
Is it Boob Knees?
This is Medicham.
What is it?
Medicham, like meditating Cham.
Why does he have a fucking balloon animal on his head?
I don't know.
He does look.
It looks like he has like the like night vision goggles.
A little bit, yeah. He does kind of look like Parappa the Rapper, though, a little bit. Or no, is it Parappa the Rapper?
I don't think so.
No? All right.
All right, so that's Gen 3. We're
Okay.
going to Gen 4 now.
I'm doing really well.
What do we got here?
That's Lickitung.
Is it?
No,
It's the evolution of Lickitung. Licky.
Licky.
That Licky.
Oh, really? Oh, I got it.
We got one.
Hey.
Licky. All right, Gen 4. So
All
now
right.
we're going to... I'm going the wrong way.
Okay.
It's Gen 5?
Trashazor?
Not bad.
What's
Not bad.
Okay.
You want to guess?
I don't know.
It's a Garbodor.
Garbodor.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he looks like garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like us.
We do look like
Now we're
garbage.
in Gen 6.
Keto.
Keto.
Really?
Like,
yeah, like the
diet?
karate. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, like, yeah.
I don't know. He looks like a ring of keys.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's a fairy Pokemon. Mm-hmm. Fairy Steel.
Okay.
It's a Klefki.
Klefki. He's got a labia there. Which is
Yeah, it looks like one of those, like a uvula.
yeah, or it's like he's like the Edmonton Oilers logo at the top there, too. Look at that. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go Gen 7 now.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Flexi Mosquito? I don't know.
Flexi Mosquito.
Yeah. Are you sure that's a Pokemon and not like you got something off like a furry website? Like,
Kind
yeah,
of.
my kink is really buff mosquitoes.
Yeah. This is Buzz Swole. Not to be confused with Electro Buzz.
Okay, hold on. His name is Buzz Swole.
Buzz Swole.
That might be the greatest thing I've heard all day.
He's buff.
That's what Tony's aspiring to be.
And then the last one.
Okay.
This is from the newest generation.
All right. You fucking kidding me? Ice cube penguin head? I don't know.
Oh, you were getting close there.
Penguin
No,
chill.
back up.
Ice Dazord.
It's Ice Q.
Ice Q.
Ice Q.
Not to be confused with the rapper.
How it is you hit it in the head, and I don't think it takes damage that turn, or a little bit, and then it has like its actual head's revealed, then you can hit it.
Okay.
Kind of like Mimikyu, like a disguise thing.
All right.
Not that you know who that is.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
You
I got one right.
You got Licky. Mm-hmm. I'll let you take that home. By the way,
I'm gonna put
that
it on
was
my
not
fridge.
a PNG image, so you see like the little grid on there. You can hang that on your fridge.
I'm going to.
Yeah, Newt. So it was great talking to you about Pokemon.
It sure was.
And you can follow Newt on social media.
And follow Justin.
At JustySilverman.com. You can find all my socials.
And we can like and subscribe to Hack the Movies.
You should like and subscribe to Hack the Movies. And,
hold
you
on.
going to get that?
Yeah, hold on.
You got it.
That's Tony.
Oh, he's finally calling you back.
Hey, where have you been all day?
I'm with my grandmother. Where are you guys?
I'm at the store. I'm reviewing Pokemon with Justin.
Why the hell are you doing that?
What, you didn't want to come in because we're talking about Pokemon?
No, you shouldn't be in the store, you idiots.
Why should nobody be at the store today?
Because they're fumigating the place. Yeah, that place is getting pumped full of, like, deadly poison. Did you not notice the tent?
How harmful are we talking here?
Well, you guys are probably going to vomit your lungs out and start bleeding out your genitals, so good luck with that.
Oh, fuck.
They're idiots. I work with idiots. They're total morons. And they think they can carry a show without me. And they're about to die. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Let's ride. Newt, let's ride this out like Thelma and Louise. Cheers. Just final drink.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other videos and Patreon page.
Talking about tapes.